Hello, what's up? So today we are going to have a look at the latest Battlefield 2042 patch, which is number 3.2. First we go through the latest patch, then we have a look at the near future, which includes next patch. Here we go, patch 3.2. Most of this is about fixes. There are some changes, there are some, I guess you could call it improvements and stuff, of course, but yeah, basically the most of the things are fixes. And we're just going to go through this. I'm going to point out a little bit what it actually means, if it's going to make much of a difference, and so on and so forth. As you may know, Battlefield 2042 has a lot of issues. I actually like the game. I get really frustrated when I play it. I mean, there are a lot of bugs. I mean, everyone has just to admit that after four patches I think there have been so far. Anyway, so we are going to go through this, and first of all we have a couple of general fixes. We have the when leaving a party do matchmaking blah blah, which I mean, it's nice. It's good that they fix those things as well, but it's not like a huge problem, I don't think. Then they have like connecting to EA servers after signing up with a new account. Obviously I don't have a new account, so I've never encountered that. Update the behavior of the quit button during gameplay, so it now returns you to the correct screen. I don't even know what that exactly means. The general fix fixed an issue where loading music would stop playing during level load. Level load? Server load? Level load? That's weird. That's like this tiny small little problem that's like if you have the moon here, and then right beside you have like the sun. So this little moon is like this little fix, and the sun is like the big issue that they should fix, or that we want them to fix. Let's hop down to soldiers. So fixed a rare occurrence where after landing with a wingsuit, hits wouldn't always register on some parts of Sundance's hitbox. This is actually a really good fix, I think. Fixed occurrences of rubber banding when running behind friendly players. Finally, we are getting to the good stuff, because that's really driving me mad. Rubber banding because you are near your friendly player. I hope that's not just when you are behind, because sometimes when you strafe into it, the screen goes all wacko. I hope they fix that as well. Really nice fixes, actually. 2 of them. Great. So what do we have next? Fixed occurrences of rubber band. Nope. Fixed a rare issue that could cause you to be stuck in both an alive and downed loop. Since they did the previous fix of that, I don't think I have been stuck in anything like that, except when I fall through the floor and get close to the core of the earth. Probably. Yeah. It was hot. Fixed a variety of issues with attaching to ladders that could cause you to get stuck in a state where you could fly away or lose control of your specialist. I'm so sad that I didn't try out this a little bit more, because if you had Sundance you could do like really cool stuff when you jumped from ladders in some weird way. Fixed an issue where soldier movement speed are impaired by nearby explosions that spawned craters. Oh, this is beautiful stuff. I mean, they could have stopped right now. I would love this patch. If they fixed the rubber banding when you're close to your friendly players, they fixed the Sundance hitbox when they fly around and land, and they fixed the movement speed. This is nice. I mean, it's basically stuttering for you whenever there were explosives next to you, like bolties, helicopters and stuff. If they fix these 3 things, I'm pretty happy already, actually. Fixed an issue where the camera shaking audio for landing would unintentionally trigger when dropping from very small heights. I'm not really sure. It might be that I experienced that a couple of times when I move and crouch to like press down the crosshair. And sometimes it just whoop down through the floor and then back up again. It wasn't just the aim, it was the actual where the bullets hit. Well, what do we have more? Fixed an issue where being spot when firing a weapon would spot you for too long. Well, it's good that they say that's an issue. That's not like improvement or change. Since you don't know when you are spotted, often at least, it's very hard to tell if that makes a difference or not. Stability. Added, a lot of fixes for the overall game stability. We need it. My personal guess is that even after this patch we will still need it, which we'll get back to. I think we'll talk about next patch. Fix the rendering related crash that would occur for AMD Radeon users while Sanas was visible on screen. There was a lot of Sanas players, so yeah, that's probably a bit of an issue. I don't have a Radeon, I have GeForce. A sniper and SOFLAM scope glints now show from further distance. Vehicles fixed an issue where the passenger weapons will no longer be in sync whenever the driver turrets would rotate, causing bullets to not register when firing at the enemies. There are a lot of issues around the aiming, firing, hitting things, and all those fixes are of course good, but I do get the feeling that even after all these fixes we will still have more left, because I mean every patch so far has fixed a lot with the hitting thing. I mean, it's a shooter, that's important. M1A5 and T28, the two tanks, have improved the effective range and reduced spread on canister weapon pod, and they reduced bullet spread from 1.6 to 1.1 and increased damage fall-off distance from 35 to 40. So the canister weapon pod is a bit more effective, which I think that was necessary. It wasn't viable. The hazard zone had a black rectangle being present on screen during hazard zone end of round when hitting quit at the level progress screen. Okay. The portal server info tab now persists after hitting refresh. They fixed an issue where text would overlap, blah blah. Rules editor. Is inventory slot active value now correctly handles melee weapons? Certain admin calls can no longer be spammed. That's interesting. I wonder what that would be. And they added at the end, this announcement may change as we listen to community feedback and continue developing and evolving our live service and content. We will always strive to keep our community as informed as possible. And it's great that they strive after it. I mean, by all means strive for an enlightened or informed community, but and I think they have made positive changes, especially if you follow on Twitter, and even more if you follow developers and such on Twitter. But oh boy, they have a long way to go. So that's the basic thing. The most important thing, as I said before, is the rubber banding when you are close to your players, to your friendly players, by the way. The stuttering should be fixed when Balti, helicopter, whatever, shoot at you. And the Sundance hitbox when landing should be fixed as well. I still think these three things are the most important in the overall. Let's see about the next patch. They expect patch 3.3 to be out in mid or late February, so about a month from now we can expect it. Foremost, it will feature a refreshed scoreboard, which I think a lot of us has requested. This is the early process drawing of how it is meant to look. Let's just go through it a little bit. So you get the match overview that we have right now. You get player info, a little bit more compact, I guess, compared to now. You get a lot of ribbon info because that's obviously hugely important. You get the player and the AI list, which it's just a list. It's not divided into the different teams, which so you have 128 players in a huge list. It looks like they're going to show the 40 something first. No, sorry, not even that. They're going to show the 20 first, and then I mean, either they actually do show it like this, which I mean, it gives some information who's around that player, and you can see how useless your squad is. I think that the top 20 players are probably what you're interested in, but it's a little bit of a pity that you can't see all of them, even if that would include having to scroll or click a button to go down or whatever. So I think the thing that I miss most is probably that it's not divided into different teams. Anyway, so you have the score, you have the kills, we actually get a little bit how the score is calculated also, by the way, which is interesting. Anyway, you get kills, assists, revives, captures, defenses. So you don't have the deaths. and I still think that kills without deaths isn't really saying that much, so that would be nice if they could include that as well. You get a little bit of everything here. I think they will probably change this in the near future. They actually say so themselves, that this is like the work in progress, is the first look, and they're going to iterate it further even once it's live in the game, which is bit interesting. I don't know if that means that they can actually update it without patching. That would be great, but it could also mean that they are going to continue looking at it and throw later patch and stuff. Also, they're going to continue look at the performance of the game, try to optimize it for different hardware. They say something about matchmaking preferences in All Out Warfare and All Out Platform voice in game. Yeah, they are still working on it, so maybe they're coming in the 3.3, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. They're actually going to tweak the XP in Portal, which I think is not part of the patch, but they are going to change it like in the background and stuff. This was actually the most positive session I ever had with 2042, I think. A lot less frustration than it usually is, which I think says a lot of how well the patch worked out actually. Yeah, that's it. Cheers!